0. Countdown's over. Friends, welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk Marketing, the show where we talk a little bit about marketing, a lot about social media, and then a little bit about me. I'm your host, Sean M. Smith, the man behind the company Engine, but also the man behind some of the coolest campaigns you may or may not have known about in the digital marketing space over the last 17 years. I'd like to thank you all for coming out today, as always. But what are we going to do? Well, while I wait for everyone to come in here, I want first to ask you, if you come in and you can hear me, you need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook to sign up and make sure that you can participate in today's broadcast. I want to have you be a part of the show. Like always, I love your comments. Your comments feed me, give me energy. It makes me want to just do more cool stuff, create more creative stuff, talk marketing, talk pro wrestling, talk basketball, soccer. What else we got? We can talk film because that's what we're supposed to be talking about. I'm getting off topic. So if you guys can hear me right now, give me a 1 right now. If you're on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, just someone give me a 1. Let me know you can hear me right now. I'm waiting for a couple more people to show up. Oh, delicious. It looks delicious, doesn't it? That cold brew right there. I'm glad there's not I should have like a branded cup that says like Sean. And just so you guys know who I am. 1, cool. Ethan's got me. Ethan, 2 note. I hope you saw it. I saw your comment on YouTube on the post I put up yesterday on my video post for stuff I think it shouldn't say. I will get you something awesome by the end of this week. But click me before the end of this in the comments here. I have something cool that I'm working on. So that's 1. This week's show is centered around an entirely cool concept, and I'm really excited for us to all kind of talk about it together. But we're going to wait for some more people to get in here and hang out with us. Everyone can hear. That's cool. I would like to kind of break a cap at YouTube. I would like to see like 4 or 5 people over there at any given time. But that's kind of where we're heading right now. We're looking at this, but I don't want to rush into it. Would love to hear what's on everyone's plate this week. So what do you guys got going on? Someone give me a comment. How has your week started so far? Have you seen any cool successes for your films, for your companies, for your projects? What sort of headway have you made so far? Leave me a comment so far. Let me hear what you got. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We're friends here. Because I know one for me was I was actually able to write 10 pages yesterday. That for me was a big deal. Since the birth of my son in 2013, I have had a very difficult time putting quote unquote pen to paper. And since then it was nice. It was to be able just to flow and get some stuff out there was awesome. So that was super, super cool. Sorry for punching my microphone, but yeah, it's been good. What are you working on right now? What do you got going on? Oh, that was Slurpee. Sorry about that. And again, guys, if you're just coming into the show now, this is Let's Talk Marketing. I'm Sean Smith, digital marketing professional, 17 years, focused on entertainment, a lot of film, television, done tons of music as well too on my CV. But I'm also a filmmaker myself, done web series. I'm a screenwriter who likes to be frustrated and scared at the lack of his own success. I'd just like come in here, talk as friends, kind of give a little bit of a lesson for the week and see where everyone's head's at. What do you got going on? I got a 5-day weekend coming up. Hang on. 5-day weekend. If you take a 5-day weekend, isn't that technically a week? Because that's a work week. So you got like a 5-day work week off. Feels like that's kind of what you're doing right there. You're taking off a work week. So it feels good though, right? It feels like a real good one. You're gonna take the time off, get some editing in, and that'll get some stuff done. That'll be cool. You know what? That'll hopefully you get it done. How close are you to finishing what you're working on? And anyone else who's here right now, say hi. Just drop me a hi in the comments. Would love to engage with you. Just kind of see what you're up to. Again, Let's Talk Marketing isn't just about marketing. It's about friendship. I'm not going to change the name, though, because that would be weird. That would be a weird thing to do. And also, yes, on top of my hair looking real now, in the new camera. I did, in fact, finally was able to get the mustache to turn. So now it's starting to turn into the points that I want since I shaved the mustache off the first time, the handlebar, back in December. So we're back. We're back. So, all right. So here's where we're going to go. If you guys are cool, we're 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in. Super fun times. Let's just move in. Let's just get into it right now. All right. We will see what you guys think of this week's topic. Oh, hold on. Hold on now. I should get all the acted scenes cut, no color, sound, special effects for my film done this weekend. Still need to finish model and get those shots. Then I can be in the picture lock. Wow. Good, man. 5 days. You know what? Just be ambitious. What are you going to get? Some Jimmy John's or Potbelly or local sub shop and just sit at the console and work. That's what you need. That's what you need. All right, let's do this. So we're already up in the console, and this episode is episode 6 of Let's Talk Marketing. This is my favorite color, green. Well, it's my second favorite color. My favorite's purple, but purple doesn't look good with my hair. So green. These are also the colors of my alma mater, university, Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut, which is tiny, and you've never heard of it before right now. So look it up. Because now it's a for-profit university that does all of their work online for classes like DeVry, except they're huge. All right. Anyway, so that's where we're at this week. Oh, no, you can't see that. That's cool. All right. So now we're on Let's Talk Marketing, episode 6. And the question this week that I actually had asked everybody was in the filmmaking group. Group filmmaking was the actual name of it. It got kind of incendiary. Was, do you consider yourself a storyteller or a filmmaker? And is there a difference to you? Now, I can now tell you that I am going to reveal my top 5 answers kind of at a glance. I went through the list, looked at the ones that I liked the most, some that got some reaction on top of it, and then some that maybe offered a little bit more insight to if there is a difference for them, or if they were just caustic and I thought that they'd be really cool to bring on the show. I think that that's a nice place to start. Give me a hell yeah, a little Stone Cold. But yeah, so this is where we're at. So here we are. This is our ideal vision of a storyteller and a filmmaker. And if I can get over quick enough, I can blow them up bigger and go like this. Watch what I did. This is slick. Oh, wait. Gotta go back over. I'm a storyteller. And I'm a filmmaker. Yeah, that was a lot clumsier than I thought it would be. I tried. Let's talk filmmaking instead of let's talk marketing, because that presentation was a little bleh. I need a producer. I might have the microphones. They have a nice laptop, but I do not have the production skills on my own. And so here's what it is. We're gonna do 5 great answers with my 2 cents. I'm gonna leave it blown up like this, or I'll blow it up bigger so you can't see. But the first one we got was from Peter Hodgins, who is now my friend, because I wanted to ask him where he was coming from, because this is kind of like a dark place, like not super mean, but like not real kind. He said, "Don't call yourself a filmmaker. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. Call yourself a movie maker." I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I think that that's harsh. That's literally like saying, like, I'm not a mechanic, I'm an engine guy. Like, how do you feel? What do you guys think about this here? What about Peter said? Is this a little harsh? What's your hot take on this? Give me a quick comment, your thoughts on this, and then we'll carry on the conversation about Peter. And I'll go back to my cold brew with the straw because of the mustache thing. Now that it's back, I got to use a straw. Oh, the sacrifices we make. Delicious. That's the end of the cold brew. I mean, because the thing is, and also, first off, Peter looks like something from Game of Thrones. I like this guy. I dig him. And I told him I dig his style. I dig his whole thing. What he's got going on is something special to me. I think Peter could, if you asked him, are you a filmmaker or are you a storyteller? You know, he literally was like, I don't even care. Vince! Oh, man, Vince, you're going to be happy. Stick around, man. Oh, I was hoping you were here, dude. Hey, first off, Vince, Vince, here's why I'm saying Vince, just so you guys can see. Vince says I think he refers to shooting on film or video. I don't know what he thinks because I didn't get clarity even when I asked him on the thread what he meant. Because you're kind of hoping like someone says something like this. This is incendiary. I mean, it's not like really troll like, but it's something you're just kind of like, how dare you have an opinion other than mine? My opinion's right. Ha ha. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Tarantino still shoots on film, so maybe he's right. Maybe this point is right. So don't kid yourselves. We're all shooting on cell phones. Should I be could I be a move maker, a .mov maker, .mp4 maker? Is that what we're making now? I'm shooting those cute videos. When I make these movies for YouTube, that makes me a YT maker, not a filmmaker. And I also am a crappy editor, but whatever. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So this is what Vince thinks. That's good. I like that take. Vince, stick around. You'll see something magical in a minute for you, sir. Got something special for you. So Peter seems like a good ex. I think unanimously speaking, he seems like his heart's in the right place. Let's go over here. We'll call him Olu because I had a friend with a very similar name, and I couldn't pronounce his full name. But Olu put in a good topic, and we do find people with a lot of international flavor in the filmmaking group. Storytelling comes naturally, as in talent, but filmmaking is a craft. You have to learn the skills, which is more technical. I can't argue with that. I do, however, say that storytelling, if you think of like the craft of like stand-up comedy, if you think of something like what else we got? Song. If you're telling songs, if you're like a musician, I think that those are things that are honed over time as far as how you learn to tell your stories. And if you guys disagree with me, let me know. But I do think that storytelling can be natural. Filmmaking can also have a natural like you can have an idea for a visual narrative. You can have a feel for what you want to do naturally for a film, but you're not going to be good. Like you're not going to be out there ready to put out the best film ever without tons of practice. Like that's why they have schools for it. Like there's no storytelling school. Oh wait, there are. There are storytelling programs. There's screenwriting programs, and there's BFAs, but this is all coming around. Stick with me, people. We're going somewhere with this whole thought. So, you guys dig that? Does this resonate with you? Do you like what Olu's saying? I like what Olu's saying, and 3 people liked what Olu was saying too. And I was one of them because you can tell with the blue like that blue like right there. That's me liking it. Oh man, so hard. Yeah. So we'll go on to the next one. It's my friend. Oh wait. All right, here we go. So we go to Michael Woods. I'm going to read this. I don't want you guys to have to read it alone, but I'm going to read it out loud. Filmmaking is not storytelling. That is an extraordinarily inaccurate generalization. Stories are often an oversimplification of reality into a forced linear path that does not comport with our experience of reality. There are many, many filmmakers who have dedicated themselves purposefully to not being narrative filmmakers. So no, not all filmmaking is storytelling, and they certainly are not synonymous in any way. And when people say they're storytellers as if it's some grand title, it is not. Storytelling can very easily substitute for bullshittery for the sake of bullshit, and it often does in cinema. So yeah. And you've already seen what I said, which was this. So this is the weekend at the Super Bowl, but essentially, to me, this is a 4-year-old kid lost in the grocery store looking for his mom because I'm lost in that whole thing. Like I get what he wanted to say. I get what he's kind of saying. Like he's got a lot going on there. Like he's unpacking a lot of things. He's talking about. First off, I love that he said bullshittery. Like is that a word? Can someone fact check that? Like, can Snopes show up and tell me if bullshittery is a word? Because I've never used it, but I would love to tell my son the next time he's like, "No, Dad, I brushed my teeth." I want to be like, "Stop with the bullshittery, son. You clearly have not, because your breath smells like salmon, and we had salmon for dinner last night, And that's how it works. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. If you went to a small gathering with your quarantine like we did, we hung out with the only family we hang out with. But yeah, this is a good performance by the weekend. Let's kick back in with the next one. Preach, our boy Preach. He actually said filmmaking is a verb. Storyteller is a noun. You can't be either, but you can be a filmmaker who tells stories or a filmmaker who makes shows about nothing. Yeah, so I responded to him and thanked him for the correction in my grammar because I was lost after the previous answer, and this was not much further down the thread. I was real confused. I had no idea where this train was gonna ride, but I was like, you know what? I'm using this for Tuesday, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. But he's right. Filmmaking is a verb, but I said, are you a filmmaker or a storyteller? And what he did here was take the filmmaking and make it a verb, right? And he took storyteller and make it a noun, when storytelling is also a verb, a very clear verb. So he had a chance to use them as two verbs, which would have been, kind of apples to apples there. And then he didn't really answer the question. So all things considered, pat me on the back. I told him he was full of the doo-doo. Vince comes through in the clutch. 270,000 hits on Google for the word bullshittery. I think someone should come up with a hat company called bullshittery. I don't know. They should be nice hats, though. And they should specialize in really nice leather. And people should never acknowledge the name. Ever. Just be like, like it is what it is. It's just what it is, people. It's the bullshittery. It's a bullshittery of things. So here we go. Oh, what's this guy right here? I told you stick around, man. I didn't expect it to be in the show. It's 2 weeks in a row, by the way. 2 weeks in a row. I pulled a quote from someone that ended up being in the audience for that episode. So yeah, let's read, because I want to rip your criticism apart. Let's go. Like, is everybody in this group a director? Some people say that being a filmmaker and a storyteller are the same, but I think we should consider that some people may want to be part of making a movie, but may have no interest in or feel incapable of telling their own story. Some people just love being part of the process as a crew member. People in photo, sound, art, wardrobe, production, editing, etc. will all work hard to accomplish the director's vision. So, I thought you said soy and you meant it. Go for it. So, they are filmmakers, but do not make any artistic decisions as storytellers. These priceless people make up over 95% of the process. This is my favorite answer, which is why I put it in here, because no one else was acknowledging every other part of the process. Everyone else was concerned with like, oh, I'm the director. When I'm on set, I'm in charge. I'm telling the story. It's the story I want to tell. You got to do these things. I was like, that's not at all something that I would say is compromising. And Josh Smith, thanks for showing up, bud. Good to see you. Hang on, what's that, guys? Itchy nose. Fly away with mustache hair. But let's bring this back down. So I think that the most important thing here is there's also what you did is this. You missed where I'm going with this. A storyteller is someone who tells or writes stories. That is literally the definition of a storyteller, right? And part of what I have always said in any interview, and this is job interview. I'm not even talking about like informal interview, newspaper or online interview for anything, film or just for like talking about my work. I'm a storyteller. When I talked to you guys like 2 weeks ago about how to line up all of the individual elements for your campaigns to tell a story, a unified story. You're trying to tell a story with your art assets, with how you're, how you're putting together your entire package, your persona. I'm not just saying like, hey, Josh Smith, suddenly start wearing all black fishnet long shirts over tank tops and, creepy jeans with zippers. And then that's the guy you are all the time, and be that persona and tell that story, because I wanted to pick on you because you were late. but what I mean, is the primed profile, the locked pages, the locked assets. You want to make sure that everything that you're doing is in line brand wise. You decide this is who we are, this is what we look like, and this is just who we're going to be, and this is how we're going to portray that to the public, and this is how we're going to market, so that the public can see us. And with a person like me, or a person like you wrote the film. You know what you want your audience to think of your film. You know what you want your audience to think of your script. If you're just shopping it around, if you're doing one of the pitch companies, if you're working with someone like I can't think of him right now, like Joey Tuccio. What's Joey with? I can't think of it right now. I feel terrible. Anyway, I'll have to move on before my brain freezes. If you're going to one of those companies that does the pitch meetings where you get coverage pitches in a one-on-one session over like Skype or even in person, sometimes there's an opportunity for you to tell a story about your actual script. So instead of a physical treatment, you're actually telling it verbally. You can tell them the story with stuff too. So, why is this important? So why am I bringing this up? Well, the show is called Let's Talk Marketing. Right. So you need to be thinking of something bigger, and you already have the capacity to create and align either yourself with a team internally to create a marketing campaign for your film or your project that you can use and execute yourself, or you can find a partner or an agency or another company, someone that you want to work with, that you now can tell them, this is my vision for what the brand looks like. How can we work together to craft something that looks like this, or works for this, goes to these sites, these companies? How can we do that? You're the storyteller. I'm a storyteller. I think I'm a really good damn storyteller. I was going to say GD storyteller, but I don't need people hating me, because I like to say that word when I'm out there pumping my fist and banging on my chest. But you have, if you're scheduling Twitter posts and you have art assets and video assets, and you're going over the course of a month with a Twitter scheduler, and you're like, oh, here's Monday the 1st and here's the 31st. I don't know what day of the week it is at that point, in their calendar, these shifted calendars in the world. But you need to prepare this calendar with 5 days a week of posts and spread them out. But like, you have a cadence. You have a rhythm that you're putting stuff together. You need to make sure that it matches your voice, meets your brand expectations, hits your guidelines. And at the same time, you're making sure that you are going through and you're hitting and buttoning up all those yeses and nos, and you tell a story. One time I created a plan for a company that I can't mention, but we told it based on psychographic data instead of demo. So instead of being like Josh, I don't know how old Josh is. I know he's young, but I'd be like 19 to 22-year-old people in Yorkshire area of England, and this is what they do. This is what he's into. This is the audience I have him to target that exact person. Instead, I build an audience that's much deeper, much deeper, and multi-layered, and build out many audiences, 11 instead of 4. And that's more impressive because you can build out different data and segments and content and in segmentation to those audiences. You don't have that at your disposal. That's not something that's easy to do. You can say, horror fans will like this, so I got to find the horror fans. You're right. Horror fans will like your film if you do a horror movie, hopefully. But like Jason Horton said this in a film not that long ago, like niche down. Like it's not okay to have just a creature feature in the woods, because you're in the woods, that's been done, and your creature feature, that's been done. There's a million of those. But you could do, radioactive zombie nurses in a hotel in Piscataway, New Jersey. That's pretty niche down. And then you can really sell that. And if anyone wants to do that film, just remember your boy. I want to just put me in the credits, because that's a pretty simple script to write. The one location might be a little difficult, but you could have it. You could have it. I don't think I'm going to write that one. It'd be fun. I might blast it out in a weekend, and that'd be the one of all the ones I sell. So that's where we're at with the deck right now. So, all right. So, hold on. And I guess I'm gonna come back in on this. I don't know if you guys are up for a little bit of participation right now. Are you up for participation? Give me a 1 if you guys want to talk a little bit. You want to answer some questions here. If you're not, say give me a 2. 1 if you want to. 2 if you don't. I'll pick up my Sergeant Slaughter cup. And yes, I will be adjusting my mustache while I retrain it to curl, because that's what we're doing. That's what we do. Let me see what we got. So I got Ethan still here, probably on YouTube. Hopefully Vince is still here. Vince is here. All right, so I got Vince. Vince is on for sure. Vince gave me a 1. I like it. Josh better give me a 1. Josh gives me a 1, or I never read Apostasy again. I gave you prime feedback. Give me some feedback. In the meantime, Josh did fire in Vince. Tarantino does still shoot on film. He said when the film moves to digital, he'll finish making films, although he said only has 1 film left. So not sure when that will arise. So who knows? Hopefully not soon, because his films have still been really great. Long. They keep getting longer. Because he's indulging his deepest, darkest fantasies as far as a filmmaker. He just wants to add more narrative with more commas, I'm sure of it. Also, screenwriters, do you guys, you know what, more important question right now, I have it in a second. I'll write it down at the end. I have it. All right, I got it. Wait a minute. No. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to bring this back in. So what story are you trying to tell? All right, so if you're dealing with your film, if you're dealing with your marketing, it really comes down to a manner of like, what are you trying to tell and to who? So you made your film, right? It's done. You want to market to someone. Who are you marketing to? So anyone who wants to jump in, who of your latest project, who is your target audience, and what is the story that you're trying to get them to connect with? Can you do that? Does that make sense? If you don't want to do that now, just give me silence and we'll move on to the next thing, because I do have a question I can ask you as well. I'm going to have some more water. This time with Jake the Snake Roberts. And also, I'd like to dedicate tonight's episode to Mountaineer Mustache Wax. It is what got my mustache up a little bit for tonight's episode. Maybe next week it'll be up a little bit more. Shaved it off. Took 2 months to get it back to this point. 2 months, guys. 2 months. All right. Nobody? All right. We're good. So we'll move on. I'm not the least bit worried about that. Don't worry about it, guys. No offense. All right. So I want to ask you guys a question. If you're writing your own scripts right now, do you use, what do you use to write with? Are you using Final Draft? Are you writing Highland, which I just downloaded? Are you writing Celtics? Are you writing, what else we have there? I can't think of it anyway. What are you guys using to write? That's what I want to know. So I get a recommendation for a better program, because I didn't put Final Draft on this computer despite having had them since like Final Draft 3. New computer came. I decided not to add them on. So I added Highland, but I haven't used it yet because I'm a fan of John August. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll use it, but I'm not. So if you guys have a recommendation, drop it in here for me. Let me know. We'll jump into the next section. So basically, I think that for me, the biggest win for a filmmaker has got to be being able to take your work and get some recognition, right? But as a screenwriter, it's got to be getting that first page done. I'm good. And man, I had some writer's block, so that was good. That was a good feeling. I use Google Docs with a plugin that formats it pretty close to standard, free, easy to share with others, where they can comment only, easy to export to PDF, and I can write on my phone or computer. Oh, that's helpful. Would you mind sharing that to the chat? What the name of the plugin is? Would you put that in here for everybody? That'd be very helpful. All right, and we're gonna move to next section. So we because you know what the next section is? It's the colors of the Charlotte Hornets here on Let's Talk Marketing. 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 Oh, let's talk marketing. And it's words of the week. And I think I'm going to do now. Words of the week. Words of the Week is a weekly feature, whereas my son goes into Random Word Generator, and he's also my partner in the weekly podcast that comes out every Tuesday called Potato Salad Marmalade. He's 7. He's super adept at technology, and he goes in and puts these inside the deck, and then I have to have my wife format stuff in Google Slides here so that I don't have to see what's going on in the tail end of the deck. Then I play word association with what's there. Either I tie it into entertainment, film, marketing, or my career, or I give a crafted narrative definition of what's there. So this is the first time I will see these words on this spot. This is my favorite segment because it makes me look like I can do things on my feet. And if you don't know, now you know. All right, so let's do this. I know why he kept this. He wants a nest. One of the Google Nest things. He wants a Google Nest. All right, so here's what we got. A nest. I think we did home last week. This isn't fair. All right, so a nest. I think I'm going to tie it together. I think when it comes, obviously, financially speaking, you would consider what your savings is your nest egg, right? You would have your net income all time, your saved revenue type thing, and that's everything that you have as a family, as a unit from your career. But in order for you to associate yourself as a solid filmmaker and well-rounded one with leanings in marketing as well, you need to invest in as many sources as possible for you and your career. So if that's going to be like someone like video online, like Indie Film Hustle, if that's going to be something like me, I don't know if I'm going to have all those sorts of answers, but I'll have different ones. But you need to do something and stick it into your little area and create a nest egg and kind of a repository of information. I don't know. Hopefully that helped. I hope that was okay. Hope that was okay. That one was hard. Meeting, easy. The number one goal of every filmmaker in the world should be to take a meeting. You want to get a meeting with someone of substance that can help. I'm like attacking you with my hand, with someone that can help you move your career forward based on your passion and expertise for what you're doing. So if you are top of the charts as a screenwriter and you want to sell a script, you want to sit down with someone that's in a position to buy that thing. You want to take that meeting. But also, you also want to be able to control a room of people that are less experienced with you when it comes time to delegate all of the tasks that need to be done on that role of the roles for the full crew, including marketing. And, distro will come up. It shouldn't just be a question of, oh, I'll do that. It should be a solution of, oh, well, we'll do this together, but here's what I'm going to lead. A leader is not just going to drag someone along. That's not what a leader does. Leader doesn't grab the hand and pull people along with them. Leader is going to put their hand on their back and hold the person's hand and hang out, or stand back and let a person move and then talk from their experience. But first, they need to learn to walk those trails themselves. I think that's why I'm confident doing shows like this and talking like this, because it's been 17 years of me leading groups of hundreds of people on websites and teams of 10 and leading bigger groups and huddle groups of 20 plus. And I'd love to say more than that. But that's creepy, not an environment for me. I don't want to be in a team of 100 plus. Like business, website, fine. Real life in like a company where you're sitting down, standing there, yelling at people. I don't think that's for me. I don't think Anjan will ever be that. I hope not. Oh, guys, if you see this right now and you're here, oh gosh, this is worth laughing about. Drop me a ha. This wasn't fair. There's no way my son. Maybe this is why he stopped on this group, because what happens is it grabs 3 at a time, and then that's it. So that just literally it stopped. That's messed up. Oh, Carter, talkative. One of the things you have to learn how to do if you're going to take a meeting, or if you're going to be doing activities and revenue generating stuff that's going to make you build a nest egg, is you need to learn to listen and be less talkative in those meetings and in those creative endeavors. You need to stop and just listen. Because nothing good can come of missing out on important information that's coming from people that are more seasoned or are more likely to open a door for you, because you're not going to be able to open a lot of those doors yourself. I think that's important. I think that is, the preparation is going to come from just concentration. Just listen, focus, be less talkative. It's a hard lesson for me. Be a better listener. So, especially when you're doing a show like this, when you're broadcasting out to people for, what are we at now? 38 minutes. We're 38 minutes in, and I'm talking about the word talkative. I absolutely know my wife had a part of that. That's funny. I'm going to go downstairs and give her the biggest hug, because that is so funny. But that's it. That's where we're at. Doesn't mean we're ending the show. You know what I'm going to do for a minute? I'm going to back out here. We'll go back to where we're at. So I have an idea, guys, and I know anyone may be seeing this presently live. So if you see it live, hit me with the hashtag live. This is important. If you're catching this on the replay, hit it with a hashtag replay. The reason being, I have been in talks the last few days with one of the people that works with me, and I'm going to be putting together a limited size kind of a masterclass for marketing. So for entertainment and film. And what I want to do is I want to invite people that are coming to the event when they can sign up, give them details, see if they're available, and then randomly choose a selected few if they're interested still. So we'll be covering things like the clever method. We'll be talking about slingshot. That was why I wanted Ethan to stick around, was because I wanted to go over those things, because I realized there's much more of a training that could be given over the course of an hour as compared to me just handing you a piece of paper and making you figure it out for yourself. If that seems fair, like I said, leave a hashtag live or a hashtag here, which either you'd rather do. And if you're catching this on replay, give me with a hashtag replay. I'm cool with that. I think that's pretty fair. But yeah, it would just be, it's completely free. I'm not charging for it. I have no interest in that right now, because it's not something that you guys came to me looking for. Right now, I have other opportunities, and I've been kind of blessed with what's going on with the podcast. And I'm having a lot of fun doing this with you weekly. So if it's something that you guys want to do, it'll be free. It'll be probably an hour on a random day of the week that we're free together. Maybe like 6 o'clock at night Eastern time, 7 o'clock at Eastern time, and we'll sit down and I will just bang us into like a Zoom, and we'll just go over some stuff, and I'll talk about some strategies. If that's something you're into, again, I would love to do that, but like, just let me know. Either way, not offended if you're not interested. There's an audience for it, and I will find it because you're my people, and it's been awesome. So going back into the where to find me's. Everyone knows here this is one of the most infamous plays in soccer history. This is the scorpion kick by Rene Higuita of Colombia. Obviously, he's from Colombia, so you know where he got the energy and the wherewithal to pull off that play. On Facebook, you can find me at Sean Michael Smith, which if you're on Facebook right now, you already know that's where you can find me. Twitter, Sean M. Smith, M as in Michael as well. Instagram, S222. If you're on Twitch at all and that's your thing, S222. I play on the weekends, usually Fall Guys with my son. If you dig what we're doing and you're not on YouTube right now, check us out, youtube.com/Sean Smith 22. I'm trying to quest to 100 subscriptions or subscribers so that we can get a custom URL, the vanity URL, so I can get what I want. Every Tuesday as well, too, in the morning, 7 a.m., we get out there with our pro quality content. My son, 7-year-old son, and I put out a podcast called Potato Salad Marmalade, and that comes out every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. So that's out now for you to check out. It's available anywhere you can find a podcast. That image is great. I'm sorry. It takes major guts. I was a goalkeeper. That's why this is important to me. And I would never have the guts to do that, because even athletically being able to do that, that's insane. That's getting benched stuff, because this is at the top level. So he knew that he couldn't be benched because he was the king of that team. And they were just like, yeah, no, you're good, man. No, we're going to leave you alone with your amazing hair and your scorpion kick. I love that guy. I did it. I tried to do it one time in an indoor game. I got scored on, and the back net in the indoor facility was a tarp, and like it made the sickest little boom as it rolled down noise. So embarrassing. But that's it. So if you guys are digging the idea of the little masterclass, we'll get together, free masterclass, let me know. You can follow up with me at any of the sites up there. Or lastly, if you want to get in touch and just have a chat, anyone that comes to the show is more than welcome to schedule a time. We can discuss your project, see if there's an opportunity for us to work together. If you do need help on a grander scale, if you have a done with you or done for you opportunity. But follow me up, go onesub.com/Sean M. Smith. That's what I'm here for, guys. But in the meantime, I know that I was about to quote my podcast with my son. I was about to do the whole burrito thing, but that's not what we do. So guys, thank you so much for coming out this week. It's always fun. It's always a blast. I have so much fun sitting intermingling with each and every one of you every single day. So thank you guys for just being so welcoming and so much, so awesome. But I really appreciate you guys. In the meantime, thank you, and we will talk soon. Peace out. And I'm going to look awkwardly at the screen while I pretend.